So what we want to cover right now is just a quick recap of the do's and don'ts of Mozone. So first big don't is your dress. Don't show up in jeans, don't show up in t-shirts, don't show up not properly groomed, okay? Ladies is a big one. Don't show up in, sometimes I've seen ladies that they mistake dress code for club wear, okay? You know, you want to get business attire, not something that you're going to wear on a Friday night. Okay, so just if you have questions, make sure you get with your leadership, but check your dress code. Right?
You do want to show up, gentlemen. I just want to give you some pointers, what looks professional. If you don't have a suit, shirt and tie at minimum with slacks and dressy shoes. If you do have a suit or you plan on getting one, make sure that it's a dark suit. It's a black, a navy blue, or even a gray with light shirts. Don't make the mistake of wearing a black tie and a black shirt. You're not going to a funeral. Don't wear a fluorescent. I've seen this before, right? And it's just common sense to me, but maybe it's not to you. So I just want to make sure, don't wear fluorescent, bright pink or bright stuff. It needs to be very neutral so that people are not staring at the stuff that's shiny. So professional attire. For women, the same thing. Just cover your shoulders. I want to make sure the eye contacts are on the eyes. Simple stuff. So do wear professional attire.
Awesome. Don't show up with a negative attitude, okay? You had a bad day at work, you're doing the business part-time, leave that stuff at the door. Nobody wants to hear about your problems, how someone just cut you off, how you had an argument with your spouse and you hate your boss. That stuff is not for environment. Trust me, the guests that are coming, they get that enough already, okay? They want to come here because they want to be a positive environment. They want to be around uplifting people. So check your stuff at the door, right? No negative attitudes.
So do bring your A game. We like to call that just bring your best. Again, like piggybacking off what Carlos said, is people are here because they want something different. They want something more. They're sacrificing their time to learn. And so positivity, this needs to serve as an oasis. When you're going out through your whole week, you're getting challenges. Sometimes you feel like you're fighting against the current. People are raining on your parade. When people plug in here, this should be a breath of fresh air. Like, this is why I'm doing this. This is great energy, great positive people that are going places. I want to talk about bigger stuff. I don't want to talk about small stuff. So bring your A game, bring your best. Like Carlos said, hang that at the door. We love you, but frankly, people don't want to hear the negative stuff. Don't even share it outside. Keep it to yourself. It needs to be positive. So bring the best, sincere, and upbeat you.
Awesome. Don't use the wrong language. And what I mean by that is don't talk about licensing, okay? You don't want to go around and, you know, and say, oh yeah, I just failed my test last Friday, but I'm going to take it again next month. No, don't talk about that. Don't talk about recruiting, okay? Don't bring up, oh, you know what? This is Dago, he's my new recruit. Don't use those words. People associate negative connotations with those kind of words, so we don't want to turn them off, so watch your language. This is my business partner. This is my great friend. Okay, anything you want to add to that, Dago?
Just exactly what you said. If I'm going to introduce somebody to Carlo, and Carlo's the executive of the office, he's that core leader there that's managing that office, I'm not going to introduce him and say, this is my leader. It seems kind of weird, right? Don't say those words. It's going to throw people off. What you do want to say is, hey, John, let me introduce you to my mentor, my coach. Let me introduce someone that I really look up to. That's different. You know, it's a better tone of voice. It sounds more positive, and it makes sense. Other than that, I mean, just making sure that, again, the right language is used. When you're going through licensing, it's not a fun thing, so no one wants to hear those things. Do talk about how you're excited about this. You know, talk about the future and the possibilities that could happen for you and why you're here. That's totally different than saying, I'm going through the challenges of studying, or guess what, I'm studying. That just to us is not a positive part.
Absolutely.
It's something you're supposed to do, like tying your shoes. So get it done. It's not like you're going to be bragging, oh, I tied my shoes today, you know? No one wants to hear that.
Right. Don't be disorganized. And what I mean by that is make sure you have a pregame. Make sure that there's assigned roles. It takes a team to have a Mozone. It's not just one person. Right. It is a team effort, okay? From a Mozone coordinator, someone working the front door, someone doing sign-in. People are very observant of the professionalism and the organization of your environment. So make sure that you're running a pregame, and leaders make sure that you're assigning responsibilities properly. And if you're a team player and you're in this company, make sure that don't show up at 7 o'clock when training starts. Show up for pregame at 6:15 or whenever time your pregame starts, so that you can be a team player and help your office, you know, get to where it needs to be.
a little bit just even more about being, it's beyond just being a team player. Come in here with the mindset that you at one point are going to have your own office. If I were you, I'd come in early if possible so that you could know how you're going to orchestrate and run a successful business. You need to learn those finer points, and that happens behind the scenes. That happens you stepping up as a team player. So get involved early on. It doesn't matter how new you are, get involved early on because it is very important. So you understand how to open up shop, how to delegate. You start to step up into that leadership role first as a team player.
Awesome. Don't wait for your guests in the parking lot, okay?
I mean, we can't be hovering and
right?
motoring like
outside. Don't be out in the parking lot like, where's my guest? It kind of seems a little desperate,
I think
right?
people nowadays have Google Maps. They have, don't be don't look like you're desperate. In other words, right?
Exactly.
Motoring.
They'll find the place, guys. So, don't make the mistake of not edifying your leadership properly. Okay, and I know you can talk about that. Is if you do not edify your leadership properly, the mistake that happens is you don't place them on the right psychological level that the guest needs to identify with the leadership. And maybe you could expand on that.
So what happens is if you don't make that proper introduction, that person that shows up to the office, they think we need them, when the reality is we're opening up the doors to share an opportunity. I believe that they need us more than we need them. So it's about setting that stage. I think it's about respect, really, because the person that's there that's going to give that overview, they need to be properly introduced. And it does make an impact because now they're going to listen versus Carlo having to share with them for 20 minutes why they should be listening to them. So I think we do a pretty good job about that, but we just want to make sure that you're aware of that. And that edification is very important.
Exactly. And I think with that, just to piggyback more on that, is make sure that the most important person, that the speaker, who's ever doing the corporate overview in the office at night, that person needs to be edified significantly. Okay, because that's who they're going to be spending time with. And why it's important for that speaker to build rapport with your guests is because they understand the paradigm of that person. So when they're giving presentation, they can cater the presentation to your guests, right? So they are getting the most information, right? I don't know if you have anything else to add.
I think we've kind of hit them all. I mean, we've covered pretty much the do's and don'ts. Just relax, be yourself, come in there, make new friends, and get to know people. And just be aware of your language. Just make sure you bring the best, sincere, and not be you, and you're gonna be just fine. So actually, you're gonna grow to love it. I love the Mozone. It's fun.
Yeah, have fun. Make it fun, guys. This is fun. It's not. You shouldn't be serious. Like, oh man, I'm so serious. I need to be a serious business owner. Guys, we're human beings. Have fun. Relax. That's a person. They put their pants on just like you do. Okay, make a genuine connection.
All right. So that was the module on Mozone. I know that you got a lot of value. So next time when you walk in, I want you to be aware, but I also want you to be a team player.
Absolutely.
And participate with that Mozone.